All right, is everybody ready for quotient rule? What does the word quotient mean? Divide. And when you divide like bases, what do you do to the exponents? Subtract them. Awesome. So is it going to be m plus n or m minus n? Take a point.
Oh yeah, it's so happy.
That was only me. That was me.
That was us.
That was me, right?
All right, now.
Yes.
What if it's the variable t? So it'd be t.
Minus.
It would look.
It'd be minus.
It would look really confusing.
Okay.
It would. Plus again.
She's not really laughing at you. She's laughing at my face while you keep talking.
Yeah.
All right, now on number 1, what are you going to do with the 27 and the 42?
You divide.
You divide them. And what is 27 divided by 42 reduced to?
0.64.
We leave it as a fraction.
9/14.
Take a point. And then what do we do with the 5 and the 1 on those x's? So it's going to be x to the... Good. Take... Do not leave it as a decimal on your test. If I give it to you as a fraction, leave it as a fraction. Does everybody understand?
Wait, you divided that. It's because he's been slapping.
It was on
All right, number 2. What are you going to do with that 2 and the 3 first?
Multiply.
You multiply them. So 2 times 3 is? And then 6 minus 4 is?
2.
No, I get to say that, not you. This is my job.
Alright.
Are we ready for the power rule?
Yes. How'd you get Y2 again?
Y2? Well, I'm not a bingo.
Okay, never mind, I got it. I forgot to multiply.
Alright, power rule. When you raise a power to a power, what do you do to the exponents? You multiply them. So that will be a to the m times n.
Okay.
Wait. We didn't have that one.
Alright, number 1. What's 2 times 3?
6.
So it's x to the 6th power. Number 2. What are you going to do with this negative 2 and the baby 2 up top?
Put it to like you're doing.
Put it to the second power.
You're going to square it. So what's negative 2 squared? Positive 4. What are you going to do with the 5 and the 2? And you get? And then what do you do with the 10 and the 3? And you get?
30. Oh, wait.
So how'd you get the... Wait, how is this possible?
Because negative 2 squared is positive 4. It's negative 2 times negative 2.
Okay, gotcha.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, so when you have negative 2 squared, does it matter if you say negative 2 to the second? Or like, are you supposed to say negative 2 squared?
You're supposed to say negative 2 squared. It doesn't really matter, but you're supposed to say squared.
Okay.
And when it's 3, you say cubed. Alright? Power of a product rule. This one right here. So when you have two numbers inside the parentheses and they're both raised to that exponent, that means that you raise everything to that exponent. So that would be a to the m times b to the m. You know, stop talking and then pay attention because you're going to be confused and you're going to say, where did you get that number? And I'm not going to answer you. Okay. All right, number 1. So are we going to do 2 cubed or 2 times 3?
2
And what's 2 cubed?
8.
All right. And then x squared. What are you going to do with the exponent of 2 and 3? And you get? Good. Do number 2 without me.
So 2 times 2 is 4.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I got how you got the 6. 8.
2 cubed. 2 times 2 times 2. Positive 9.
Because it's if it's in the inside.
All right, J here.
I got positive 9 and then a to the 6th power and b to the 6th power.
Good. Take a point. That's where you were headed? Yeah. Good. You weren't headed there?
I was. I got it right.
Then why are you shaking your head no?
I'm shaking my head right though.
Right, that's why I said why. Okay. Alright. Let's go down to power of a quotient rule. Does anybody have any questions on power of product? Alright, power of a quotient rule. You raise everything in the parentheses to that m. So it's a to the m divided by b to the m. Now, if they're like bases, subtract them first, then raise it to that exponent.
Wait, say that last part again.
If they're like bases, if both of these were a, you would subtract first because you're dividing, and then raise it to that exponent.
Wait, how would you subtract an A? Like in the middle.
Okay.
Just do it like you're
Just
subtracting.
if you had a to the 10th divided by a to the 6th quantity cubed, you would do 10 minus 6 because those are like bases. What's 10 minus 6?
4.
And then you would cube that. What's 4 times 3? Alright, so what are you going to do on number 1?
X10 divided by Y.
It's not x10 because we're not at bingo.
X to the 10 divided by Y to the 20.
Alright, do number 2 without me.
Oh, I got it. Can I answer?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. What's 6 times 30?
You don't square 6. You square the 3.
What's 6 times 2?
Oh, if you're ever doing it, you always want to split it into simplest form.
Mm-hmm. Avery, you're going to tell us the numerator, and you're going to tell us the denominator.
Is this correct?
Alright, Avery, tell us the numerator. 9a to the 12th power. Good, because you do 3 squared, you get 9. 6 times 2, and you get 12.
I thought you did what's in the parentheses first.
Right, these aren't like bases.
But the 3 and 2.
Right, you don't divide those. They're coefficients.
So the answer is
Alright, Aldo, tell me the denominator.
4b to the 6.
4b to the 16th power. How many of us got that right? Take a point. Alright, 0 exponent rule. We're almost done, and then we're going to do our algebra clue activity to find out who the murderer is. Alright, so anything to the 0 power is what? Alright, let's try it again. Anything to the 0 power is? 1. Alright, so let's look at number 1. Is this 0 on the x or is it on the 7? Okay, so that means that x becomes 1, and what's 1 times 7?
7. Yes, I right.
Do number 2 without me.
There is no 0. Okay.
oh yeah.
Thank you, Mason.
Got it.
Remember when he used to actually be able to do math? Back in the good old days? When he didn't get on my nerves every day?
When I'm serious, I can do it. But when I'm just like this, I can do it. I'll start getting serious tomorrow. And I will.
What's the answer?
1.
So it's not W? 1.
4 times 2 is 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Anything to the 0 power is? Alright, and last one, negative exponent. What do we do with negative exponents?
We put them on the bottom.
We flip it.
Flip it.
Get a fraction. Yes. Look behind you. Alright. Let's look at number 1. Is this negative 2 on the x or on the negative 5?
It's on the X.
Alright, so what moves?
The X.
Negative.
So the negative 5 stays on top, and it's divided by x squared. Alright, let's look at number 2. What's 4 divided by 8?
2.
No. 4 divided by 8 is not 2. We have 4 cheeseburgers and 8 people. How are these folks going to eat?
Well, half.
Why do we have to talk about that every time? And what's 2 minus 3? I'm sorry, 2 minus 5.
Negative 3.
And does it go on top or bottom?
Bottom.
Good.
Now, what is missing from this review sheet?
The one with the 3. The
Radicals.
The radicals. Yes, take a point. The fractions is exponents and the radicals. Those are missing, so you're going to have to study your notes on those on your own. Does everybody understand? Now, our algebra clue, what we're going to do is you're going to have You're going to have one at your table, okay? And you're going to work out the problem at your table, and then we're going to
Be quiet.
we're not going to be able to rotate around the room. Y'all can't get up out of your desk. So then I'm going to bring the other problems to you, since we're 5 and can't have fun and actually rotate. Does everybody understand? And that is Exhibit A of why we can't have fun and do fun things. All right, so I'm going to bring them to you. Now you're going to have 2 sheets.